Okay, go there. Nice choice.
It was shot in Pampanga.
May sinasabi si Jen.
Gutom.
What?
Gutom daw siya.
So, gentlemen.
Congratulations to this movie. So, Piolo, how was that performing like three characters in different periods?
It was nerve-wracking to begin with, but I guess I have to give credit to the production and my director and my producer who gave us everything that we needed, and most especially to my acting coach Tita, because I would not have done it if not for the guidance of my acting coach. Every scene that I had to do, especially the last scene where I had to portray three roles, I had to do on the first day of the shoot, and that's what happened through the entirety of the shoot. But it was a breeze because I was with an exceptional team that really worked hard, hand in hand, just to make this film. So I'm thankful for that.
Were you familiar with the story? It's a real storyline.
All right, just a brief background. When this was first pitched to me, I said it was a hard pass from the get-go because it was going to be a trap as an actor to do three roles just to prove his worth. But I said, okay, so I'm busy with other things, and I don't think I can accommodate the script or the role. But upon reading, or that same day when it was pitched to me that morning, I had a shoot, and on the set I was with some friends, co-actors of mine. We were discussing if there was ever any documented serial killer in the Philippines, and so he Googled because. Pitched to me, they just said Mallari, three characters, three timelines. So that was how brief it was. But when we Googled if there was any documented serial killer in the Philippines, not knowing about Mallari, we found out there was only one person that was documented as a serial killer in the Philippines. So I had goosebumps, I had to stand up from the chair. And so I called my manager, I said, we should have a proper pitch. And the rest is history.
Derek, when you saw this story, what triggered you to make a movie out of it?
Well, when we were researching this way back 2017, Ian and Rico already had to see the potential of the material. It's just that back then we're having some problems because we don't have any data about what happened really to Father Severino Mallari. We did some research then, and that's the time that we only found out that there are some missing pieces of what transpired back then. But the story itself is interesting enough to see that there's a potential for a fiction or, to make it a film.
It's ironic that he was also the first Filipino priest in that area, and that he's not the first serial killer also in the Philippines. So talk about the irony of that. And he was also good in calligraphy.
Yes, Father Severino Mallari is a graduate of University of Santo Tomas, which is the oldest university in the Philippines. He graduated in theology and philosophy in UST, and he also studied calligraphy back then in UST. So he is the first parish priest appointed by the Vatican here in the Philippines. So the irony of that we have the first Filipino parish priest, because back then only Spanish priests are allowed to become the parish priest of the church, of certain church. And then he is also one of the prominent family in Pampanga because he came from a mixture of Spanish, Chinese, and Filipino line. And later on, we've seen some others saying that he's top of his class, and we don't know what transpired or what happened, why he decided to kill these 57 victims.
And how did the people discover the death of other people, the 57 people? How did they discover about Mallari as a serial killer?
We didn't put that in the film, but the some of the body parts of the victims was discovered in the sacristy of the church itself, in one of the room that was being used by Father Mallari as his personal room. So they find out some pieces of ears, fingers, things like that inside the cabinet of Father Mallari. So that was the start of the investigation about what really happened in the town.
And why did you decide on including the Manananggal?
The film is well, it's the whole material is a mix of non-fiction and fiction. How do you say that? Fiction and non-fiction part of the film, and also you will see a lot of folklore in the film itself. We were trying to merge the reality and the supernatural, and then at the same time, because basically most of the supernatural thing, for example, the Manananggal, the Tikbalang, those are the things that which is part of the mythology of the Philippine folklore. And we want to incorporate that in the story as part of the education, because we knew right now most of the Filipinos, we are not longer familiar with this particular, how do you say that, stories or folklore stories that we have since we were young, that we were being told about these stories. So we want to incorporate that at the same time. It's for us, it's an image of something that which is almost demonic and something which is beyond supernatural that could happen in a story.
And for Janella and Ron, can you tell us why you accepted this role and what was your reaction when you read the script?
Why I accepted? Why not?
And your reaction?
My reaction. Actually, I almost said no then, just like him, because medyo late notice na when they got me. I was scared na I wouldn't have enough time to prepare. But how could I pass up on it? Because when I read the script, the story stayed in my head for days. I couldn't forget about it. So I couldn't pass on this. And of course, the opportunity to work with Papa P. How could you pass on that?
I can say no, because first of all, this movie is produced by my management and my manager as well. so I'm just gonna say yes, and to be honest, I'm so thankful na nakasama ko ang mga bigating artista sa industriya. So reaction naman is, kinabahan ako nung una, pero when I saw the script and the character, the role, dumating kasi yung, before we ended up sa final draft, we have 7 drafts, I think. Then, every draft kasi nababawasan yung scene ko, or may character. Yun yung story ni Juancho, to be honest. Pero sa 1800s, si Juancho may sariling story yun eh. So, pagdating ng final draft, hanggang na-lesson na parang 3 or 4 sequences na lang ata. So, I don't have the chance na makasama ko sa isang sequence si Janella or si Papa P. Parang one time lang. So, reaction ko, wow! Wow, kasi part ako ng the second blockbuster movie, and hopefully this is the biggest and the scariest Filipino horror movie as of nag-start ng Metro Manila Film Fest.
And Brian, what were the challenges of producing this film?
Actually, from the beginning, we know it's a difficult film. When Network greenlight the project. By the way, guys, Network Production, this is our first mainstream film, and as of the moment, it's very overwhelming to be here. Actually, in Hollywood, and we became the second blockbuster film in the Metro Manila Film Festival. I think we have to create more movies like this, challenge ourselves. And para sa amin po talaga is, I do believe in, me personally, believe in not just the actors, but of course the creatives behind the film, na marami pa pong ibubuga ang mga Filipino creatives and actors. And yun yung challenge talaga na tinake namin, alam namin ni Direk, actually si Direk, nag-pitch. Nung nagsabi ako ng opo, sabi niya sa akin, talaga ba? So yun, sabi nga nila, parang sila ulo kami to do this on 3 timelines, horror, so napakabigat po na. And hopefully nag-enjoy kayo doon sa pelikula. And by the way guys, we need more words out there. It's because in the coming weeks, we will be available in North America and Canada. And this is the first film that was distributed by Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers will be distributing in different territories. For America and Canada, we just signed a deal with Star Cinema. So the next coming weeks, we will be available, hopefully before the end of February, we're available in other cinemas here in North America and Canada.
Congratulations on that. The first film in the Manila International Film Festival that is being distributed by Warner Brothers. Congratulations. We're so proud of that. Papa Piolo is how was that working with Gloria Diaz?
Oh, it was fun. I told my mom, Mom, I have a kissing scene with Miss Universe. So yeah, she's a delight to work with. The last time I worked with Tita Glo was back in 1999 for a film with Julian Santos. We were very young, and coming to this film for her, to accept the film and the role, it was, we didn't know if she was going to accept it, but she was game. She was really excited for her apos to see it, and she was just really, happy on the set. So the whole time, whatever we asked her to do, she just gave in. Even at the, to the late hours of the night, she would always be game. Yeah. So it was a delight to work with her.
Yeah, Deborah, can you talk about how you were able to convince Gloria Diaz to be ugly?
Well, basically, my casting director is the one who's negotiate to Gloria. Omar, I think, also my supervising producer. But they read the script, and the next thing that I know is the guest na si Tita Gloria for about dun sa pag-portray ng role. So, I think nagustuhan niya rin naman yung material. Of course, may mga questions siya, for example, yung harness, yung mga stunts na gagawin sa kanya. And we make sure naman din sa kanya kung ano yung gagawin niya at alam niya lahat, basically.
And the makeup, how long does it take to do that makeup for her?
Hours. I think 2 hours. 2 hours bago matapos yung makeup para doon sa mga specific scenes. Sometimes kailangan pa i-retouch pa ulit and then baguhin ulit kasi palala dapat.
So, are you familiar with St. Bartholomew?
Hindi po. I only read up about Mallari through Google, and there wasn't much said about him. More so, about the other stories. But yes, just like what Ron said, it went through 7 drafts, went through a rigid. For them, it was hard to kind of compress the film, the script, because there were just too many things happening. I'm happy with the outcome of the 7th draft. That it all just came together, and it's a good expose for the Filipinos to see about this, not to glorify or to patronize a serial killer, but to shed light, in a story.
Did you show this in Pampanga?
Yes, we did. Well, we receive a lot of good reviews about the films. We have no recollections that anything says na offense sila or anything at all. To be honest, we have the National Historical Commission who help us also, and an historian from local Pampanga that was familiar. sa history ng mga Mallari who also help us alamin kung paano nangyari.
Did you meet any other relatives of Mallari?
There was this one person, he's a faculty in one of the University of Pampanga that me and Enrico, the writer, na-meet namin, and then wala naman sa kanila kasi parang it's a very long history na ng family and hindi na rin nila madetect once sana kung paano ba nangyari that time.
And now we're opening the floor to questions.
Good evening po everyone. Congratulations sa movie na Mallari because when I saw the big movie, I told to myself that this is equivalent to the international movie that I've seen here in the US. And then when I found out that it's through Warner Brothers that they write like what they call this distributed, I call it no wonder. And congratulations to everyone. I'm really happy about the Filipino movies. The question is, the shooting the film Mallari sa Pampanga po, do you experience any ghost sightings? And then, can you share with us kung ano yun? Especially probably kay Miss Janella. Thank you.
Paranormal activities.
Wala na ko maalala except this one instant na the poster right now that was being used for Manila International Film Festival, there is, di ba, may isang babae doon na hindi siya included sa poster. No, I'm not kidding. Ito nilabas. Hindi namin ito nilabas na before, pero there is a thread sa Messenger that we were talking about it because there, supposedly when we shoot that was in the actual house of the patient. And then there are only 10 talents that's gonna be part of the picture, right? Di ba tama, Brian? Tapos there was this one girl na nasa likuran na hindi siya included but it's in the poster. But hindi na namin yun release after that kasi hindi namin alam paano magiging reflection sa press release. Baka makasira pa.
Josh?
Yung binabanggit ni Derek was our first initial poster for Mallari. Yeah, actually it's there, the VIP. So there were, I think 10, tama mo na yun, or 10 talent. We only had 10. And then the poster had 11. Pero hindi na namin pinalaki kasi hindi but that's our experience.
A crew.
Okay, Josh.
Okay, my question will be for the producer as well as for Piolo. For the producer, since it's going to be released by Warner Brothers, is it going to be dubbed in English, just like what Netflix is doing for replacing Chef Chico? Second, if it's dubbed in English, it would gain more audience on the international scene compared to just Filipinos abroad.
Actually, as of the moment, really, I'm overwhelming first timer and currently learning a lot. Definitely it will be dubbed on different languages. As of the moment, we're discussing because Thailand is very interested. So iba-iba siya eh. So because meron din minsan kasi parang yun na, my experience is na-off daw yung iba pag na-dump siya. So yun parang yun ang pinag-aaralan namin talaga. The one that will be released in North America and Canada currently will be in the original language with subtitles. But currently we're working with Thailand, Cambodia, and then I think same pa rin yung sa Singapore, but Thailand will be released nationwide muna Thailand, hindi na po sa community. So at least a good start.
And for Piolo, you've always been known to be a debonair, rom-com. But this one, being how did you come about to play to choose a horror movie? Was this something that you asked the powers that be for the ABS-CBN?
Of course I did. I was really asking my producer before Star Cinema to cast me in a horror film for the longest time, because I love watching horror films. I'm a sucker for horror stories, but I was never given one. So when this came about, and I said, I guess it just all fell into place. I've always wanted to do something different, something offbeat. And so this is going to be one of those that I'd be doing that's out of the box.
MJ. Yes, this is for Piolo Pascual. Well, welcome to Hollywood.
Wow.
From Blog Talk Hollywood.
Louder.
Well,
Louder.
yes.
Louder.
And my question is, I mean, of all the roles that you've done, what was the challenges of this particular role? Because it's different centuries.
Right.
So, how long did you prepare for this?
Coming to the film with the challenge of having to portray three roles, I came in as an empty vessel with a clean slate. I was coming from a vacation of 5 weeks, and the day that I arrived was the first day of the shoot, the next day, and I did the ending. So that kind of set the pace as to what I was going to expect, because I didn't know that I had an acting coach, which was a blessing in disguise, because if not for the acting coach, I would not have been able to do the journey for each character, the art for each character. But every time that we would do a scene, before the scene, we would talk, we would discuss with the director, according to shots, according to his vision, to his goal for the scene. And we would do every character, where it's coming from, where it's going, the intention of the scene, and that's what happened for the entire movie. And I don't want to say that I didn't have a hard time, because when you're coming in as somebody that doesn't have anything to bring in with him, I guess I was just really excited for the new environment that I was going to be in. It's not rom-com, it's not something that I haven't done before. And doing 3 roles all at the same time was a bit taxing physically, but emotionally it was a good exercise. I'm just really happy that it came out the way it did, because it only goes to show that we can actually push ourselves further if we really want to get out of our comfort zone.
Thank you.
And yeah.
Thank you.
You have a mic for you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Christian from PHLB Radio. So, my question for Mr. Piolo Pascual. Did you audition for this role? If so, how many months did you prepare for these 3 characters?
I wish I did. No. Had I known that there was going to be this epic kind of film, I would audition for it. But they pitched the project to me, and I guess I would like to ask my director to, further explain, if I had said no to it.
Well, for a role or something like this, it's gonna be difficult for an actor to pagbago ka. So I think you should have a lot of experience with someone that, kumbaga masasabi mo na marami ng nagawa at the same time. In personal life, you should have a lot of experience as well, so that you have a lot of experience na pwede mo pagbagutan ng emotions mo. And if we're going to see siguro ngayon the lineup of the Filipino actors right now, which is na kailangan yung age range ni Father Mallari, ni Jonathan, and ni Chandray, we only have Piolo. So it's gonna be difficult for us. There was time nga na parang nag-uusap kami Enrico, so what will happen to the material once this guy didn't agree to get the project. So yun. So for us, it's our first choice talaga is Nandadon.
First and only choice. The project wouldn't happen.
Actually, I told Derek and the entire team that the project wouldn't happen if Piolo wouldn't take it. And talagang pasa ka na yung proyekto.
I just want to ask the director and the writer, how far is the creative freedom did you use for this movie? I mean, because we know about Padre Severino, but on the movie itself, how far did you go and stretch the story to to make it more exciting?
Okay. The whole story of Severino Mallari, the whole Eden 12 is totoo yun. Yan ka talaga yung nasa Yun talaga yung wala akong ginalaw doon. The 1948 and the 2020, that's the fictionalized na. We have the creative freedom to do whatever we want. Kami na rin naglagay ng mga ibang characters na to support the material itself.
The lady in the back.
Hi, I'm just intrigued if the Alarcons, are they real or fictional characters?
The Alarcons are real family in Pampanga, but the ones that we use here is ano siya, fiction siya.
I just wrote this down right now, but I wanted to compliment how the plot involves the bloodline of the Mallari, and how 3 different types of people face the situation that is presented. One who begins it, one who wants to end it, and one who wants to start it again. And how funny and ironic that it's all happening in the name of love, even if it's the others. I wanted to ask, how was the idea created to project Mallari in this way?
Can you repeat the last question? Can you repeat
The last question. You're very observant.
How was the idea created to project Mallari in this way? Like, what was the ideas to project, to create Mallari through
Different kinds of love.
through 3 different types of people instead of focusing on Mallari during that time?
Well, for one thing kasi sigurado kami, we were quite sure of how selfish the character of Severino Mallari in real life. For you to kill 57 people just only to make your mother alive or to help your mother to, you know. So, nandun na kagad parang binibigyan na kagad ng clue how we're going to sustain the other characters. That's why the middle character should be the one who willing to sacrifice everything for the name of love. And then the last one should be the opposite of everything. I will do everything in my power just for the sake of love. So, nandun na ulit yung pagiging, the relationship is mother and child, the fiancé and the husband and wife. And then at the same time, the fiancé and yun. Just, siguro to summarize lang, may isa akong review na nabasa na nakita ko to sa Twitter. Parang sabi nung, nag-usap yung dalawang nanood during MMFF, and then sabi nung girl, a day after doon yung manood during breakfast, tinanong niya yung asawa niya, sabi niya gano'n, grabe yung Mallari, no? Kasi pinakita yung relationship ng pagmamahal ng isang anak sa ina. Tapos nun, kung gaano ka-willing mag-sacrifice yung husband para sa asawa at anak niya. And then kung gaano ka-selfish yung pagmamahal ni Jonathan para doon sa fiancé niya. And then, ang sabi lang ng lalaki, nung partner niya, isa dito, kung ako rin yung nasa sitwasyon na yun, baka ginawa ko rin.
I just want to say how cool it was that every travelers, they all came back to this one major point in time for the movie.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is GCV Bertudes with So-Called Filipinos Film Creative at Asian American Press Club of US. Congratulations on an amazing movie. My question is, what will be your take-home message for young Filipinos, especially Philippines here watching or at home, who wants to follow your footsteps and be as successful as you? For each one. And what's your advice to young Filipinos?
Okay, ano ba? Well,
Limited kasi hindi. If there's anything I'd like to say to the generation of today is to not fighting for your core, not fighting for who you are and where you're from, and just believe in yourself. I mean, if you think you have the skills, if you think you have the talent, go for it. Never listen to anybody else or, other people telling you what to do, where you can go, or your limitations, because only you know that. So you have to fight for what you believe in. You have to fight for greatness. That's the only way we should live.
Thank you very much, everyone.
Our emerging super Asian superstar. That's a bill coming out soon in the theater. Miss Janella Salvador.
That's right. That's all I can say. Ano ba? Sabi mo na lahat. Tama. I think anybody is capable of dreaming big. No matter where you're from, I believe we all should dream big. And we all have the right to go for that and to follow our dreams. So, don't let anyone tell you that you're from here, so you can't do this, you can't make it big. I believe anyone can make it big. May sense ba yun? Basta big.
Ayan, susundan ko lang sa kanya. For the young Filipino in SoCal, siguro yes, start dream big and always believe in your intuition. Mallari actually, there's a point na napakarami na nag-try pigilan ang pelikulang Mallari because at the end of the day, bago nga kami, we're new. But look where we are right now. Believe in your intuition. Fight for it. Never stop because nothing's too late, diba? Marami pa magagawa po ang industriya ng pelikulang Pilipino.
Amen.
Siguro, just be yourself and don't rush things. Just enjoy the process and everything will follow. English. Kaya I know, mga bataan.
Ako, parang for me siguro, parang I'll take it from experience. List 100 things that you want to do. Mag-fail yung 99, but there's still one that you would be capable of doing yung pari na yan. And I always believe that always pray for it. Because if you really want it, and God is not a selfish God that will not give it to you unless hindi yung makapabuti sa'yo.
Amen.
Thank you very much. Another round of applause for our